Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
One of the state's biggest school districts says yes to masks in the fall, what officials say led to the decision just days before the start of the school year.
Plus, Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine receives full FDA approval. We'll break down what's next and what researchers are looking for in the future.
But first, a new Detroit police officer on the wrong side of the law just hours after graduating the academy. Topping our news at 6, that officer was one of several new recruits who took the oath to protect and serve.
And the graduation ceremony took place Friday morning in downtown Detroit. But we want you to take a look at video from hours later. It shows the officer in a brawl in Greektown. Local 4 defender Sean Lay joins us live with more on the officer and what happened here. Sean.
We'll walk you through it. We have video of the officer getting his badge from the chief on Friday morning, taking pictures with the chief. Hours later, he was arrested by members of his own department. Those arresting officers reporting that the officer was disruptive and making racial comments after they took him into custody.
Okay then. Okay then.
The Local 4 defenders have the video of a Detroit police officer getting into a fight in Greektown at 1:30 Saturday morning. Now look at this. That same officer, only hours before, graduated from the police academy, saluting Chief White, getting his badge and posing for a photo with the chief, and then getting this message.
The department expects your best. This community expects your best. And this community deserves your best.
Let's take you through the video. The officer is on the left in the white t-shirt. He's in his uniform pants and you can see his new badge. Detroit officers jump in and the new officer continues to throw punches. Retired Assistant Detroit Police Chief Steve Dolan has never heard of a new officer being arrested by his own department hours after graduation.
As far as I know, it's never happened.
The officer was arrested for disorderly conduct. He's suspended with pay. Arresting officers report that once the new officer was in jail, he was, quote, very disruptive, using profanity and racial comments.
If you're going to do that, you don't need to be on the job. My opinion.
We asked the chief if the officer will be fired immediately.
This will not be a heavy lift. We were to pull the video, conduct this investigation, and conclude it in 7 days.
Back here live, the chief added in a statement, I'm extremely disappointed in the behavior and actions of this probationary officer. There's more. We're learning that arresting officers took out a Ziploc bag of pills in the officer's pants. They called them suspected narcotics in a report. We did check them out. They do not seem to be controlled substances at this point. I'm also told, however, internal investigators very interested in what this officer's blood alcohol level was at the time that night in Greektown. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4.
All right, very upsetting. Thank you, Sean.
A major barrier crossed today in the fight against COVID-19.
The FDA grants full approval for Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine. Now, the agency says the 2-dose vaccine has been approved for those ages 16 and older. Pfizer's vaccine was the first COVID vaccine to gain emergency use authorization last December. The vaccine will still be available under emergency use for children between the ages of 12 and 15, as well as a 3rd dose for people that are immune compromised. President Biden hopes today's decision will convince some Americans to get vaccinated.
Those who've been waiting for full approval should go get your shot now. The vaccination is free, it's easy, it's safe, and it's effective, and it's convenient.
Today's approval of the Pfizer vaccine is a very important milestone, but the FDA and CDC will continue to monitor the vaccine's safety and effectiveness.
Dr. Frank McGeorge here with an insider's look into this extensive evaluation that's taken place and one focus of the follow-up moving forward. Doc?
Yeah, Karen and Devin. So when it comes to insiders, Dr. Arnold Monto fits the bill. He's a world-renowned epidemiologist from U of M School of Public Health, and he's the leader of the FDA's Vaccine Advisory Panel. I had a chance to speak with him later this afternoon to get his insight into the FDA's full approval of the Pfizer vaccine.
You need skilled people to look for any problems that might exist. FDA is the lead agency in the world to do this. And they go through every scrap of paper, all the manufacturing protocols.
The review process is exhaustive, going over all the existing research data submitted by the company, as well as any real-world data available, which is especially important as hundreds of millions of vaccine doses have already been administered. One finding identified in the data was a small but important risk of myocarditis and pericarditis. That's an inflammation of the heart muscle or covering around the heart. The risk is highest in males under 40.
That remains a question which, even though it's very infrequent, FDA wants to get better information on. And they asked the manufacturer to continue to work on this along with the government.
As chair of the FDA's Vaccine Advisory Committee, Dr. Monto has followed the vaccine's development from the very beginning and was not surprised by today's full approval.
I didn't have any question that it would be. It was only a question of making sure that everything was being done properly.
Now, the process for full approval is more than just reviewing tens of thousands of pages of data and studies. In fact, the FDA also does on-site inspections of manufacturing facilities and visits to clinical trial sites where the frontline patient information is actually being collected.
What do you say to people who still would like to see several years of study on this vaccine?
Well, you know, Devin, at this point, given how many people around the world have received the Pfizer vaccine, that's Comirnaty, that's the name of the vaccine,
right,
any issue would have already come up and been flagged by the FDA, like the myocarditis situation. I think initial skepticism is probably healthy and reasonable, but the data is really clear now, and I think we need to move past all of that.
Drug that's been tested now on millions, exactly right. All right, Doc.
Meantime, the emergence of the Delta variant continues to increase the number of new COVID cases in Michigan. The state reports over 3,900 new cases over the last 3 days. That's an average of 1,300 per day. We've lost 10 Michiganders in the last 72 hours. 5 are from a review of vital records. The state's vaccination rate sits at 65.2%. Meantime, Oakland University has issued a vaccine mandate to all students, faculty, and staff on campus.
Battle over school mask mandates continues across the state. Here's a sample of what some districts are doing. The Detroit Public Schools Community District and Ann Arbor schools are requiring masks. In Utica, masks are recommended, but parents are expected to call for a mask requirement at tonight's school board meeting. And starting today, Warren Consolidated Schools will require masks be worn by students and staff indoors. As Priya Mann reports, district officials believe the mask requirement will save lives.
Warren Consolidated Schools has 7 board members. They didn't vote on whether to make masks mandatory, but the superintendent says he made the decision with the full support of the board.
We're really in a no-win situation given how polarized this issue is.
Citing a lack of guidance from the state, the superintendent for Warren Consolidated Schools says implementing a mask mandate was not an easy decision, but a necessary one.
As a father of children, when my kids were sick, I took them to the pediatrician, and we always did what the pediatrician recommended. And when I think about the Michigan chapter of the Pediatric Association, a pretty respectable group of, I think there's like 1,500 of them in Michigan, are endorsing masks. For me, being the protector of children here, it seems like the right thing to do.
14,000 students are in the district, making WCS the 10th largest in the state. Mask mandates have been hotly contested across the country. In Warren, some say the decision should be left to parents.
This is America. We have our free will. And to me, the parents are the ones in charge of their kids.
I do appreciate their right to a choice and so on, but the reality is we have hundreds of students, maybe even thousands of students in our district who have asthma, many underlying conditions. I have to prioritize that first.
Officials are also concerned about the rapid spread of the Delta variant. Students at Warren Consolidated Schools will have to wear a mask when they start next week.
I agree 100%. You know, in order to get rid of this virus, we all have to mask up and get our shots. And that's the only way.
And you know, for kids 12 and under who can't get their shots, do you think this is an extra layer of protection for them?
Absolutely, absolutely. Until they're able to receive their shots, they need to be protected as well.
Now, there's 5 school districts in Warren. When Warren Consolidated Schools started a hybrid model in January, masks were mandatory. They made them optional over the summer. Officials say they noticed most kids continued to wear masks. Now, the superintendent tells me if a vaccine for kids under 12 becomes available or there's a sudden decrease in the spread of the Delta variant, that mandate could be rescinded. We posted the superintendent's full interview up on clickondetroit.com. Reporting live tonight, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, Priya. Well, a really warm day across southeast Michigan
It really
today.
was warm, but I don't know. It was like so happy and
felt
bright.
great. I
You know, it
loved
didn't
it,
seem
yeah.
too hazy or anything. So that always makes it nice when you can see the sun out, right, Andrew?
Exactly. When the humidity's down, a little bit more tolerable, everyone loves that. But get ready for muggier conditions starting tonight and certainly for tomorrow. Out there right now, though, we can still enjoy the summer-like weather. 88 over at City Airport, while it's 85 over at Metro Airport, 82 degrees in Pontiac, 79, a little bit cooler, but still warm in Lapeer. Not a drop of rain in sight as well. Chamber of Commerce kind of day. Beautiful shot of downtown Detroit with our Skycam. Hello to Southern Ontario as well. Folks in Canada also enjoying the wonderful heat with 85 degrees currently and dew points nicely in the 50s. That's basically in the comfort zone. And it remains comfortable for this evening, but still very warm by August standards even. Our average high this time of year is 81. We'll be at 81 degrees in the next couple of hours and stay in the warm 70s through midnight. And it still remains dry. Now you can track temperatures, track showers or thunderstorms if they occur with the Local Forecasters app. Speaking of which, I'll be talking about the chance of thunderstorms for tomorrow. But in the meantime, download the Local Forecasters app now. It is free. Search WDIV in your app store.
Thank you, Andrew. Evacuations are increasing, and so is the tension surrounding the American presence in Afghanistan. President Biden has not ruled out extending an August 31st deadline to get everyone out of Afghanistan. However, the Taliban taking a strong stance against an extension, calling it a red line. So far, 37,000 people have been evacuated, including 10,000 in the past 24 hours. Refugees are being taken to army bases in the U.S. and 24 countries, including Germany. The latest surrounding the evacuation effort and what the White House is saying tonight. Ahead at 6:30 on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Mayor Duggan officially names his choice for permanent police chief of Detroit. James White got the nod today as the mayor's choice to be the department's 43rd chief. White, of course, has been interim chief since former Chief James Craig retired June 1st. White was one of 3 candidates submitted to the mayor by the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners earlier this month. Now, though, it's up to the City Council to approve that within 30 days once they return from their summer recess. All right, still more to come here on Local 4 News at 6.
Little Caesars Arena receives a big honor for its service for people with sensory needs.
Coming up first, a manhunt in southern Michigan for the gunman accused in a deadly triple shooting when we come right back.